got something for you. We got something for you. It's something Megapod shiny. It's wrapped in Megapod plastic. Put on your Megapod jammy. It's time for Megapod-tastic. 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 Megapod-tastic.
Looking on the screen, we look really dumb.
This would have been
seamless, baby.
This would have been seamless if it wasn't for the spinning rainbow.
The damn spinning rainbows.
Why is there an echo, guys? Why is there an echo?
Hang on.
Don't blame. It's the spinning rainbows, man. They become self-aware.
I just want to make sure it wasn't me.
It's
we
the
go.
spinning rainbows.
All right,
This is more, dude. I am so happy. Dude, this year, like, when we left the movie theater, me and Homer actually like we're looking at the calendar and we're just like, holy crap! There's a lot of movies we really want to see in the theater. Like this is gonna be a banger year. Like we wrote some of them down. Like every week we got something new that we're really excited to see. So that's why we decided we're A-listers. A-listers.
We're on the A-list.
We're on the A-list. Excuse me, VIP. Get out the red carpet. Please.
I'm excited for 4. I can tell you right now. I'm really excited
Hell
for
yeah.
4.
Yeah. Which one?
Bad Boys, King Kong, Monkey Man, and
Bro, did you see that Dogman trailer?
No.
You didn't see Dogman? Dude, oh my god.
I have
from
not
Luc
seen.
Besson. From Luc Besson, dude. He's back. I'm telling you, he's back. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Let me
Dogman.
Let me pull that up while you guys wait. Yeah, that Dogman looks insane. Luc Besson is back, baby.
That sounds French.
Yeah, it is French, but it's with that Casey Caleb guy. Casey Caleb Joe. What's his name?
I don't know who Casey Caleb is. I know who Casey Kasem is. He's dead though.
No, sorry, Caleb Landry. That guy. Sorry, Caleb Landry.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is? He's a phenomenal actor. I think he won Cannes last year or the year before for. He did this biography, like a biography movie called Nitram about the Australia's only and first like mass shooting or some shit. He played like the serial killer. He's like a phenomenal actor. Hold on, let me pull this shit up. So I didn't know this was Luc Besson. I saw this trailer when I saw Sting yesterday. I thought it was incredible.
My colleagues are struggling to get a handle on you. They would like to know who you are. Do you have any children, Douglas?
Hundreds. Dogs have a real sense of family. They rally around in the bad times and form a solid, united entity. The weak are immediately eliminated, devoured by the others. But with humans, the weak and cowardly always find a way to survive.
Holy shit. That looks insane. I can't wait. That looks crazy.
I'll give you that. It looks crazy.
I can't
Yeah.
wait.
That's definitely a perp pick.
I cannot wait, dude. I was like almost clapping in the theater when I saw it. I was like, this trailer is a work of art, dude. I loved it.
I'm not even sure what we just saw.
Exactly. It's Dogman. That's what I like in trailers. I like seeing crazy shit. I was like, okay, I can't wait to see.
No, we need a whole segment. Perps picks, like we do. Like it's a real thing, man.
There's another trailer that I saw yesterday in Sting called Cuckoo. And oh my God, it hasn't been released yet. I looked for it afterwards. I guess they did it with the special. It's going to be released with Sting when it comes out April 4th. Dude, this trailer it's like a horror movie. I think it's going to be the horror movie of the year. This trailer was insane. That movie looks insane. It's called Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
By the way, we've got Brent Mania in the chat asking who's excited for the new Planet of the Apes.
I actually am not a fan of the series outside of the first one. I wasn't a fan of Matt Reeves' movies that much, unfortunately. I think they have great moments. But this new trailer, Yeah, I'm excited for this one. This trailer, I loved it. I love the trailer alone. Like the landscape, all that shit
He's
looks
always
great.
been so hit or miss with me, guys. Like, not in a bad way, but like you get Cloverfield, and you're like, bro, I don't know why people hate this. It's a fucking
I
work
like,
of art.
yeah, I
You know
love
what I mean?
Cloverfield.
And
Yeah, I
you
like
get
Cloverfield. I know it has its
Batman,
haters, but that's
but then
fine.
you get other shit where you're like, Matt Reeves did this.
Yeah, the only
I
movie of
wasn't a
his I
fan of
did
that.
not like
I
is
don't like his apes.
Batman. I hated his Batman, but
His Batman started off so fucking good, and
No
as the movie,
rewatchability,
dude,
just no
as the
rewatch-
movie went on, I was just like, "Are you serious?" It was so one note. It was just like, and that theme was driving me nuts by the third fucking hour. Dun 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 dun. Dun. They played it over and over.
I gotta be honest.
I was going
that
crazy. I was going crazy by the third act, bro.
I gotta be
can't
honest.
believe
That
I was hearing
music
that
was
shit
the
over and over.
only. That was the only thing I liked about the movie. I hated the
Really?
movie, but
No,
I
the
liked.
music, dude. The music is fire, but I can't believe I ended up hating that music by the end of it because they fucking spammed it throughout the whole goddamn movie.
You know what? You know what Matt Reeves' best movie is? Let Me
Cloverfield.
In. Let Me In.
Is that the
Eh,
vampire one? Is that the vampire one?
Yes.
It's okay.
That's
Yes.
a great fucking movie, man.
Yeah, I might have been watered down because I saw the original before.
I saw the original first too, but like I gotta
You
say,
still like
of the
the-
two,
Yeah.
I think the Reeve version's the better version. I
That's
think
interesting.
Reeve tightened it
Um,
up. Like there were things in the original that didn't quite play well, and I thought
I
he.
thought the chemistry between the two kids was way better in the original for some reason, but that's just
Yeah, maybe. I think the final scene in the pool was executed better in the original.
that's true.
but-
Well, he had more effects to work. He had a budget to work with. Yeah, I'll give you
But
that.
I liked the fact that in the Matt Reeves version, they really hammered home the idea that like it was a cycle, and that the caretaker was was like a kid she met previously, and I don't know. Like I thought he like put some like few things in there that kind of cemented it a little better.
Yeah, I'm full of shit. I just lied to you guys. I'm looking at his IMDb. This motherfucker ain't got one movie I don't like. No shit, bro.
Even the pallbearer.
I haven't seen the pallbearer, but
I wasn't crazy about
Matt
the
Reeves?
Pallbearer.
yeah,
Okay.
David Schwimmer.
bro,
Which,
the
like,
the
I-
Yards, Lift, Cloverfield Paradox, Let Me In, Original Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, all the Planet of the Apes movie.
Dude,
The
those are
Batman.
producer. He didn't direct those.
Well, no, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't direct 10 Cloverfield Lane.
What did he do?
but,
What did he direct though? What did I? What was
Just
the
he
original-
actually
the
direct?
original.
The Apes movie and the new Batman, I think. and
Okay,
then
well
maybe-
those are all great. They're all great.
Uh,
Have you
I
ever
like
seen The Yards? The Yards is one of Mark Wahlberg's best movies.
The
ever.
Yards.
Yeah,
Which one is that one?
it's
What's it
it's
about?
kind of a lot like Sleepers, but it's about some shit. It's a young Irish like
Mhm.
thug type stuff. Train
Mhm.
yards.
Oh, I think
Well-
I've seen the cover. Yes. Yes.
What's that
Okay,
great
let's
Sean?
Google
What's
it.
that great Sean Penn movie with him and Gary Oldman? It's fantastic.
Sean
he,
Penn, Gary
he
Oldman.
met his wife on that actually.
It's an older movie.
State of Play.
State of Play.
State of Play.
Wel-
Or State
welcome
of
to
Grace. State of Grace. State of Grace.
Mm.
Amazing movie. Gary
welcome
Oldman.
to Butts
I might
Unplugged.
do. You might make me do a Sean Penn run.
Dude, Gary Oldman fucking kills it in that movie. Ed Harris kills it in that movie.
Oh,
It is so fucking
I
good,
love that
dude.
Harris.
The ending, the shootout, bro. Sean Penn at his finest, man. Like no joke. Like it's up there with Bad Boys. Like
Harris
it's that
like-
good.
Badass samurai and Love Lies Bleeding. He had long hair and then, like the top was bald and he had his hair like all the way down to like his butt. He looked like a samurai. He looked awesome.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, me and Joe, we're gonna talk about. Do you have it on your stream? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All
The only thing is if the chatters in my stream, you won't be able to see on your stream. So
I don't care. I don't
I'm
care.
kind of keeping an eye on what's happening in my chats.
They have nothing to say to me, Joe. Don't
They
worry.
have nothing to say to you. Does anybody have anything they want to say to Little Movie Perp? Because he thinks you got nothing to say to him.
It'd be
We'll
great.
see.
If they just write your mom, and I'm like, all right, you got it.
You're fucking stupid.
And,
We're gonna talk
yeah.
about Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I don't get spoiled.
Someone said Bad Boys. Yo, the trailer. Okay, Let me
I
just say,
laughed out
that is-
loud 3 or 4
that is
times. That's it.
really okay. I didn't think the
That's a
trailer
good
was
trailer.
funny, but I thought the action shit, like, okay, it's one of
Oh,
the
the
weirdest
action.
trailers because I thought the opening, like, skit or whatever the fuck they were doing, I thought it wasn't good. I didn't think it was good, but then the rest of the trailer was like, oh shit,
The
this looks
opening
great. The
skit.
comedy looks
Listen,
great. With the
Mike
Skittles, bro,
Lowry,
I get it.
you're
I saw
in
the
on
first
it.
Bad Boys.
I
get
mean,
it.
you're on the in, bro. You've watched them all. Not only that, but they put Mike Lowry back in a Porsche where he belongs. Fuck that, fuck that Italian Ferrari shit. And I'm an Italian, and I'm telling you, fuck that Ferrari shit. They put Mike back in a. They got Mike back in a Porsche Carrera. They did the Skittles joke. Okay,
I know, dude.
those two are so.
What did I
silly
hate
together.
about the Deadpool trailer? Is the minute the first thing is they do a play on like their first movie. Pegging's not new for me, but it's for Disney. What did this one do? Did the same shit. Oh, let's reference the first one.
That's
It's
for
like,
us. That's for us. They do that
not for me.
us.
And I'm
You're
the
a-
biggest Bad Boys
you
fan.
are- you
Michael
are a
Bay.
hater,
It's not for
bro.
me. No, because I love the rest of the trailer.
What's your favorite part of Bad Boys 2?
Dude, the freaking highway chase. It doesn't
Okay,
get-
that's
the
great.
greatest.
That's okay.
that's
What's the
greatest fucking
okay? What's it's the greatest car chase of all time.
Yeah.
What's your
second favorite scene is when Marcus Burnett is high as shit. I
when
would
you're
say the
when you're
comedy.
laugh? What one made you laugh the most? Just you laughed out loud when you heard it. The line. What line? Do you have any favorite lines?
In Bad Boys 2, yeah, I like when the boy Reggie's there and he's like, "You ever made love to?"
Yeah,
no,
motherfucker, motherfucker, you least 30. I love
Yeah,
that
you
he's
at
in
least 30. Yes,
I
that's
love that
what
he.
I'm
I
talking
love that
about.
he's in this trailer. I love that
Yes,
he's in this trailer.
that whole
bro.
scene was very uncomfortable and fucked up, but
Dude,
fucking hilarious.
Roger Ebert, he wrote it. He hated it.
Yeah, he
Bad
was
Boys-
offended by this movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
For
he
some
hated that
reason-
scene.
For some
Yeah.
reason, when they go to Cuba to get his sister, and they got Gabrielle Union, and they're in the fountain, okay,
Mhm.
and she's in the middle, and he's like, we're gonna go to Plan B. What the fuck is Plan B? We don't have a Plan B. You know what? You don't pay attention to shit. And they start arguing right
Yeah.
there during the gunfight, and she goes, "Are you fucking shitting me?" They're arguing in the middle of the gunfight.
she
Every
doesn't know
time-
that that's their thing.
Every time I
That's
see that,
their
I
thing. They
laugh.
argue when they're gonna like
That-
that's
They
actually.
argue like a married couple. They
Well,
argue
no,
like-
the whole thing is they argue as a distraction to the bad guys. Like that's literally the opening scene of the first movie is
Yeah,
them
it's-
arguing about the French fries and lack of respect
You
for
don't pay attention to
Mike Larry's
shit.
Porsche. Yeah, so like they argue so they could get one up on the bad guy. I think that's genius. That's almost like a great way of like using their negativity towards each other.
The
to
army's
do what's
there. They
right.
got.
That's
the
why there's
people-
a fucking Bad Boys.
No, I love them. I
You
I
know-
love them. I said at the beginning, me and Bruce did a trailer reaction earlier, and I said right at the beginning, and I don't care who Will Smith slapped. I don't give a shit. I'm watching it.
I mean, I care still, but I'm gonna watch it.
I love
I don't like
I'm-
what Will Smith did, but I'm gonna watch it.
I've only seen
I
the
love
first
Martin
one.
Lawrence.
Oh, Joe, you're missing out. The second
Dude, the
one's the best
second one is-
Yeah,
I think
it's one of those. It's one of those rare sequels that's actually better than the
Yeah,
first one.
I think
yeah.
Joe would hate it because it's definitely too long, right?
Yeah,
See,
it
that's
is. It is long. It is
It's
long.
That's
very
the thing.
long.
I remember when it came out, like people were saying it wasn't very good, like that it was too long. Like I remember that dialogue, so I never bothered watching it. And then years later, I started hearing people say, "Oh yeah, it's really good," and I'm like, "Oh, that's not what I had heard."
I
originally."
think what happened. The movie is a very sour. It's a very sour movie. Like the respect for human life of that movie is at -5.
The
Okay.
respect for the fucking cars in that movie is at a
Yeah,
negative.
yeah. Everything like this is one of the most cynical movies, and I think what
You
people
have no idea how angry I get. So triggered, Perp, when I see those.
Well, it's an
beautiful
angry
fucking
movie if you
cars.
think about it. It's a very
Those-
angry movie.
They
I think
trash
Michael Bay makes
all
very
those
good angry
beautiful
movies.
classics. They trash all, but the Ferrari, all
Yeah,
they do is shoot.
But let me
dashboard.
tell Joe what happened. I think as throughout the years, I think people started seeing the movie more as a like an ode to blaxploitation of the 70s of like
Yeah.
don't give a fuck the man attitude, like being angry, like part of like the social commentary. And people
Okay.
started seeing this movie as sort of this new wave blaxploitation where it's like, yeah, fuck the man. Like
It's
you know,
literally
this-
the second best buddy cop series of
so
all
it's like
time.
when you see it through that lens of like, okay,
Yeah.
this is just a modern blaxploitation. I think people started liking it a lot more. It's like
If
they're
you-
literally fighting the KKK in the beginning, and it's
if
like
you like
it's
buddy
so
cop
exaggerated
movies,
and over
Henry
the top.
Rollins has a fucking guest appearance. Joe Pantalone kills it in everything he's ever been in. It's if you like buddy cop movies, this is the second. The only thing better than this is a Lethal Weapon. That's it.
Yeah, but
And-
you
and
have
this-
to have
and
the
this-
context. It's a very mean-spirited movie, and I don't know if you would get into that, Joe, especially with the length. It's just like
It is kind of long, man. You know, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
They could have trimmed off like 20 minutes.
yeah. Still keep Cuba though. I like that.
Oh no, I love that.
I like when the
part. I
drug
love that
dealer's
part.
just yelling, "Oh my god!" while the fucking his house is exploding.
When he's like, okay, look, it's all fucked up. Why don't everybody just go home? We'll work this shit out. Well, we'll go home. You go to a hotel. Now,
Well, we'll go home. You go to a hotel.
when he drives down, he literally drives through the favela. He
Yeah.
drives from the top of the favela through every.
You know, that's all Martin Lawrence and Will Smith too. Like they're ad libbing.
Well, and they're
absolutely
subtle. They're
insane in those
subtle
movies.
acting. They're subtle acting there too. Like when their homeboy gets shot, and he's like, "How many rounds you got left?" He goes, "I got one in my leg or my hip." And they look down, and she goes, "Oh my god, he's hit." Then you see her start tearing stuff up to take care of him because she's actually worried about him being wounded. Little subtle things like that Gabrielle Union did, and the ad lib between Martin and
Yeah.
Will make it so
Well,
great. And
you-
the third
you
one
could-
was pretty good too. I just
When
don't
you
know how
see
they're gonna
Michael Bay,
redeem.
when you see Michael Bay working with other actors, and then the jokes aren't working, is because that's Michael Bay. Like he lets the actors like ad lib. That's why Shia LaBeouf, very good with ad libbing. He absolutely destroyed Transformers.
Yeah, it was
But then
great.
you
at
have
it.
that other guy in Transformers 4 who's supposed to be a comedic guy. He's like,
He's
his
not
ad
funny at
libbing was
all.
just not
Yeah.
working.
Oh,
And
my
it's like,
third one,
so you got to
I
look at
didn't
like Martin
mind.
Lawrence and fucking Martin Lawrence and Will Smith and like give them more praises. Like, yo, they were saying some funny ass shit. That's
The
all
third one
them.
was funny. I just think it was the weakest link, but it had funny parts in it. When he's yelling at him, "Put your glasses on! Put your glasses on! I don't want to put my
Sure.
glasses."
I
and then
think our
He
think our
finally
boys
puts
are
his
learning from
glasses
it.
on, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit, Mike! This is like HD." It's so good. I
Yeah.
just don't know how they're gonna redeem his son. How do you redeem someone that murdered, the father, the father
Spoilers.
figure? Oh, that is
That's
right.
in part
yeah,
3.
Yeah,
That's in
it's
part
part
3.
3. Yeah, but I don't know how they're gonna. But he's here. We'll see what happens, man.
No, they make the son like, oh, I was a victim of this guy. He made
Yeah.
me do it. Blah, blah,
I
blah.
gotta tell you though, I never understood. I know it's an old phrase. It's a phrase people have been using before or for years, but I've never understood the phrase "ride or die." What does that mean?
Oh,
Like
right.
I know what it means, but I don't understand. Like ride what? Like what? Where did this
Ride life.
Ride together. We ride out together.
But ride what? You're riding life.
Well, it's old school. Cowboys used to actually say that. They didn't say ride or die. They would say we ride out together. Meaning if it's your fight, it's my fight. That's where the ride part comes from. And or die means I'll ride with you or I'll die. You know what I mean? That means loyalty. That's really all it means. We ride out together because it's based on loyalty.
Yeah. Watch the movie Miami Connection to get the best idea of friendship and riding and dying. Miami Connection.
I own Miami Connection on 4K.
Well, then now you know what ride or die means. It's that movie. That group's friendship, that's ride or fucking die, Joe. That's what that means.
Well, did you watch my last video on the Crazy Joe Adventures channel with the receipt?
No. No one
One-
has. You were complaining about it.
One commenter in the comments wrote that if you look up friendship in the dictionary, it should be a link to this video.
Oh, dude, now I gotta watch it.
Do you
Now I
know
gotta
another
watch
one
it.
that's kind of like that? And I don't know why, but the ending made me go, "Wow, that's some ride or die shit." Harsh Times by
Ayer. That's Ayer.
yeah, it is David Ayer. Yeah. And when Christian Bale's all fucked up, and I always forget that actor's name. The Latino kid from 6 Feet Under, when he has to take his friend out, like that's fucking
Freddy?
brutal, dude.
Freddy something? Is
That
the Freddy guy?
ending is so fucking brutal, dude. And it
Ayers
makes
is
you
really
think.
good.
Ayer's always good. That's why look, I don't want to
I
get
like
into it.
Ayers. Yeah,
I don't want to go into comic books. He
I
shouldn't.
like Ayers.
He
I
never
like, I even
should.
like a lot of moments in Bright. I even like
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of
I
moments.
don't know why they gave him Suicide Squad. I'll never understand it. It just doesn't fit.
It
just
does.
doesn't
It
fit.
does. It makes sense to me. Street villains. They wanted to make a street movie.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
but with
much
a
of
budget.
many. I haven't seen many of Ayer's movies, but I gotta say, I really liked The Beekeeper. I mean, it's stupid. It's really stupid, but it's fun.
That's an
stupid.
Ayer movie. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I grew.
They should
My
give Ayers the
Ayer,
Meg series.
my
since
Ayer
he's
is
so
like-
good with Jason.
the Ayer I grew up on is Training Day, Brooklyn's Finest, Harsh Times, the corrupt cop, Thin Blue Line shit. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff that I was like, wow, he shines at this. Fury was pretty good too. My
I
dad.
like Fury a lot.
My dad
Fury is
won't watch.
pretty-
He would never he wouldn't no matter what. He's like, I won't watch it. I won't watch it. and he wanted to see Fury, and he's never even seen Saving Private Ryan. Like he
Yeah.
died before he saw any of those. He's like, I don't need to watch those movies. I lived them. Like he
You
just,
thought the third Bad Boys was the best one, Cheeseman?
I
That's crazy.
don't know. It's good, but it's not that.
I've
it's
heard
really-
I've heard a lot of people say that. In
Okay.
fact,
Yeah, no,
think
you know
because-
what?
I
That's
think-
actually I shouldn't call cheat because the critics did like it a lot more.
some
so-
people
Yeah,
have their
because-
favorites, man. Some people have
No,
their
because
favorites.
let's face it, Michael Bay's not everybody's favorite.
Shut up!
director.
Shut up! On you, don't bring him up.
yeah,
Don't
John,
bring that
Cam-
man up,
John
I mean, that's the
Campia was
reason-
actually just saying today that the third one was his favorite.
man.
I get it. He's not.
He's
I mean,
sleeping on two.
people say that the Transformers movie got better once Michael Bay wasn't directing it.
I disagree. None of them has matched the first one yet.
Bumblebee,
No,
Travis
not
Knight,
even close.
Christina. Hodges.
I love the out of all of them.
Dude, the
Bumblebee's my
first
favorite.
one when that
The
theater.
first
was
one's
in-
great. I love the first one.
shit,
That's number
the
two.
crowd go absolutely.
I said no. I
insane.
said Dark in the Moon. I love Dark in the Moon.
And I remember
Yeah,
seeing
I like
the,
Dark of the Moon.
I
The
remember
last
seeing
50
previews.
minutes of that one is great.
I remember when the trailer came out and it said Michael Bay, and I was like, wow, the Transformers look really sleek and really sharp. I like that. But when I saw Gen 1 Bumblebee, I was like, no, this is where it's at. This is where it's at. You know, that ending scene, the ending scene on the Golden Gate where you see Optimus pull up beside him and it's the real Optimus, the cab over, not the conventional, it's the actual cab over Optimus Prime next to Bumblebee. Dude, I get hyped, and they're playing that Breakfast Club song. I get hyped every time I see that scene because you know it's Optimus.
You knew it's Optimus in the first one, and it has Shia.
No, I'm saying there were no Transformers in Bumblebee. At the end, when he says goodbye to Haley Steinfeld, Bumblebee says goodbye, turns into the Camaro. He's on the Golden Gate Bridge, and you see Optimus pull up beside him, and you're like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, that's Optimus!" And it's the real Optimus, you know.
Yep.
The real Optimus. I don't.
Well, there's two
I don't
different
play
kinds.
the nerd games.
There's
real
two
Optimus.
kinds of Optimus. There's the one from Michael Bay where he's a different kind of diesel with the flames and everything on him. He
Hell
looks
yeah.
great. Don't get me wrong, I love him. He looks great. But
The
then
bro
there's
Optimus.
but then there's
Bro
Gen
Optimus.
1 Optimus, the flat nose with just the blue
For
stripe.
Optimus.
You know, I call him Broptimus because he's my main
Broptimus.
bro. Yeah, Broptimus because he's my main bro. Optimus Prime is one of those noble characters ever written for
Not the
animation
Michael
or
Bay ones.
anything.
That guy was
Anything.
killing. He was killing. In the
But he
Michael Bay
was
ones.
noble.
He was just.
even
He was killing, begging Transformers, begging for their life and shit. And you would just slaughter them right there. And then
yeah, but because they did wrong. They did wrong. He's also
that's
the
so
Punisher.
fucked up.
You have to
And then he
understand.
didn't give a
Optimus
speech to
Prime,
kids
you gotta
after he just
understand.
tore that fucking Transformers face off.
He
would
gave
say,
his
"Sometimes
life.
friends
He
are
gave his
friends."
life to save Shia LaBeouf. He gave his life to save Sam. He gave his
Yeah,
life
but he,
for
but
Sam.
he landed on like 4 families doing it.
No, he didn't. They were in a fucking forest or some bullshit.
Oh, whatever. What about the city fight?
The city fight, he had no choice. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
he had to
if-
land on those families.
I'm
They
just
were
saying.
ki- people
Shia
were-
had the
people were
box.
leaving.
I'm just saying, if you watch the animation series and all the movies, Optimus has always been one of the most noble characters ever around, ever. He will sacrifice himself for the people he cares about. He
I
always
know a
does
more
the right
noble
thing.
character. I know a way 10 times more noble character, 10 times more powerful, and they're more humble about their power.
Jesus.
Ray Skywalker.
You son of a. Okay.
I love, you don't understand. I love Optimus Prime. I fucking
know,
love
I know.
him.
I'm just
I
fucking with you.
fucking
There's
love him.
yeah.
dude.
So there's
No, I'm only talking
also-
about the movies. I'm sure in the like because everyone loves Optimus Prime, so
Ye-
I'm pretty sure the cartoons definitely displayed an awesome character that people gravitated and fell in love with.
Do you know what my biggest problem with
I
the
didn't
first?
see it in the movies, but okay.
I
so
cried
what
when
was
he
it that-
died. Joe, you were
you-
young. Did you cry when he died? I went to the theaters and saw it, and they killed him, and I was
Oh,
pissed,
yeah.
and I cried.
Oh yeah.
I was a kid. I was like 12, 13. I cried, bro, when they killed off Optimus.
Well, you know what my biggest problem with the 07 movie was? They introduced all these human characters,
Hell
like
yeah.
all the computer programmers and soldiers, and
Oh,
half
yeah.
of them disappear halfway through the movie. Like we have the
You're
guy
right,
with the donuts, like
but that
hey,
Australian
I'm not,
girl.
I'm
Anthony
gonna touch,
Mackie
I'm
was
gonna
in
eat
the
the
end.
donuts. And
No, they were in the end. They were in.
That-
They
that
were in
was
the
Murder
end.
Mackie.
They had to get
At
the
the end.
coordinates to the freaking
Yeah.
planes.
Yeah, I just know that whoever the fuck that Australian girl was, she was the turbo. She was better looking than Megan Fox. I'm telling you, man. Whoever that
No,
blonde, she was a turbo hottie, bro. Like,
She's
fucking-
really good. She's
I
she's
think
a
of the
good
snail
Jones.
from Turbo. It's like, what Turbo? A snail?
Yeah,
What are you
she's right.
talking? He's
When
like,
you
you're
say
gonna
that,
eat
I think
that.
of a snail. And I'm like,
See, they
what?
put listen, Joe. Listen, Joe. They put the donuts here to test your guilt. If you don't eat
Yeah.
any, you're guilty. I eat
Yeah,
the
but
whole
that,
plate.
that guy, he goes. You see him.
Cinema, cinema, cinema.
Cinema Walker.
He
He's
gets
so good.
he gets called in, and they ask him questions, and then suddenly he's gone. We don't see that guy again.
You see him at the end. He's the one
Do
that
we?
makes
I
the
don't-
tone. Yeah, he's the one
Okay,
that
I
makes.
don't
No,
remember.
gotta
they fly
rewatch
the
it.
guys. They fly him to the Hoover Dam.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
he makes that awesome Wolverine joke.
Yeah,
That was
and
awesome.
he's
That
the
was
one that
great.
makes the tone to put SOS out to call in
He
the
was.
airstrike.
Everyone was sprinkled around, with the majority being with Shia. It was.
Oh yeah,
fair
they
play.
were trapped.
It
They were
was
trapped
well.
in the
It was,
dam.
listen,
with the
everyone
one-
had their time. And
Anthony
well,
throws.
granted, I would have taken that whole subplot with that shit out. I would have taken. the
No,
whole thing out.
stop
He
it.
made
Anthony, listen,
Bro,
Anthony
Anthony
Beltray.
Mackie? Oh,
Anthony
jeez.
Beltray uses this word a little too much, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Transformers 2007 is a fucking masterpiece. It is that good.
Wow,
I don't
I
think-
do not agree.
It's a
But
I don't hear Anthony
I don't know,
Beltry saying
masterpiece. It's a
masterpiece. I hear
fun
Beltry saying we
blockbuster.
don't talk about fill in the blank. That's his quote.
I heard Anthony said Sony should go out of business.
Yeah, no, he's turned around on Sony. He's being nicer to
I
Sony.
do
loves-
not
he
agree. I,
loves
do-
Sony.
I,
I think we convinced him. Is like, well, when these other movies bank, I think it's.
I don't like what's going on with Sony at all. But say it's a dead fucking studio. Give me a break. It's,
It's
not even
technically
close.
the smartest fucking.
It's not even
studio.
close to being dead.
It's
I don't know why
technically
people
the
are
what
saying
they
it.
don't have to. They're not spending money on a streaming service or anything. They're just like selling their movies to streaming sites. They're doing-
Like Man
Yeah,
with
that's
Bomb.
They're
They
good.
got
They're
the number one
they're
movie
doing
in,
fine,
in
bro.
America right now. The number one movie in America
Yes,
right now is a
exactly.
Sony film.
They recover
That's
so
getting. That's
quickly.
actually getting. Which we talked about earlier. It's been getting pushback. A lot of people have been liking it. Actually, it's been.
Yeah.
When I mean
What
pushback
movie-
against like the
what movie
critical
we were talking
reception
about.
and the thought of.
I actually
Oh, it
think
was
it's
a
going to
bad
have
movie.
legs. I think it's going to have legs because the one thing I've noticed this week is you can't underestimate the love people have for the Ghostbusters franchise. Like when we went
Well,
out,
it made 40
there were
some million.
people-
That's not great, but that's not horrible either.
yeah, but I think
You
it's
know?
going to have legs though because like I've seen parents taking their kids,
Well,
I've
this
seen
one
people
depends on
going
the
in
budget.
costume. I've
It's
seen like
Ghostbusters.
yeah,
it's
I think this is going to be another like migration or elemental that it may not make a killing the first week, but I think it's going to be out week after week after week and still doing solid business.
I thought it was
Don't
a little
forget
too
the one thing I
crowded.
think Sony's actually really good at is actually children, like that demographic of like Jumanji, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
They're
they've
good
always
with
been great at that.
that
Always.
I've never seen a single one of those Jumanji movies. That's not me, but it's like they bank. Like these movies aren't for us. Some of them, like I
I
think
felt
Sony-
like Ghostbusters was a little too
half market
crowded,
of
but
those,
I
like,
liked
freaking
the
8
little
to
orb
12-year-olds.
angle and the baby baby Stay Puffs and the little orb and I liked the movie. It just felt crowded, and I don't remember a lot of it because I was really high when I went and saw it. But I remember leaving going, "That was
Yeah.
a solid movie. That was a solid movie. A little crowded, but solid."
yeah. I don't know why he's doing that.
I enjoyed it, but I have to say it was not the best movie I saw in the theater this weekend.
I was just about to get to see if we could get.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I
Thanks,
saw
Nick.
the devil, but I did not see his deputy.
Wait, what movie did you? What other movie did you see, Joe?
Late Night with the Devil.
You saw that in
The
the
second-
theater?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw it in the theater too today.
I thought it was a Shutter thing. You could watch it on streaming. I thought.
it'll
They
be on
released-
Shudder next month. It'll be on
Oh.
Shudder.
They're doing a quick release thing. How many, dude? By the way, there's so many opening logos, like studio logos for this thing. It felt like freaking was that Tropic Thunder? Remember Tropic
Yeah.
Thunder? How they made there was like 8 logos.
I
Before the
heard it's
movie
got a
started.
slow build and a great payoff. That's what I heard.
I didn't think any part of it was slow actually.
The structure of this pregnancy.
You know what it reminded me of,
Read it live.
and Perp, I don't know if you saw this because I know I told you about it and you hadn't heard of it, but it reminded me of the WNUF Halloween special,
Yes.
which was a found footage of this was a network television show going into a haunted house.
Yeah.
It really reminded me like
That's funny because when you told me that, I told you, oh, it sounds like this BBC special,
Ghostwatch. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I saw this, I was telling Homera, I was like, this reminds me of Ghostwatch. I was like, oh, this is a lot. Like the structure is also very, very similar with like batshit stuff going on in the end. Very similar.
I
to
gotta
Ghostwatch.
watch Ghostwatch again because everyone raves about Ghostwatch, so I blind bought it on Blu-ray
So did I.
just because I heard so much good about it,
Yeah, I have it on
When
DVD.
and I didn't like it. and I don't know if it was just my state of mind at the time I watched it. Like,
There's a
I
lot
think
of creepy stuff, but it is a TV special of BBC from 1990 or 88 or some shit. Like it's a little dated, but there's some legitimate creepy stuff. Like I thought the ghost, the way they handled the ghost, it looked really creepy. You got to like pay attention to the footage going on. They don't show you the ghost, like they don't do close-ups of the ghost. You need to be paying attention because you see it at the side of the screen when like and not the characters they don't point it out. It's up to the audience to see.
That just kicked in. The infrastructure to stream. I was actually triggered by that today. I almost tweeted.
what is the infrastructure of the stream?
He's just trolling. He's trolling.
There was a boat that ran into a bridge today.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think he's referencing that. I don't think
He's referencing. I think he's referencing.
No.
Listen, yes,
There's
listen.
no way. Bruce
I
Lee
got
would say
mad.
that.
I was talking to Bruce today, and I got fucking mad because, for some reason, everybody, even RJ included, everybody all of a sudden became a fucking infrastructure expert. America's infrastructure is so fucking bad. Blah blah blah. Meanwhile, I have little family that works on the infrastructure, and
Oh, God.
stuff like this almost never happens. Is it dated? Yes. Is it broken and all that? No, it's not. But it was just funny to hear all these. Oh, the bridge collapsed, and just
Everyone
so they
has
can
an opinion, right?
get, and just so they can get YouTube clout, they come out there and start talking about the infrastructure. I
Yeah.
was like, shut the fuck
They
up.
all
man.
saw
I
Cameron
tell
do
you-
it. They all saw Cameron do it with the submarine. They're like, he's cool. Let me do that too.
Yeah, let's go see the Titanic. Squash.
I mean, the
Oh, yeah, that's what-
infrastructure is messed up, but it's not like people aren't dying like this.
I
every
don't
day.
know.
And by the
I'm not
way,
an expert on any
Well,
of
well,
this
that's
shit.
like
and
my
by the yeah,
mom's-
but my family is, and I know this much: the infrastructure ain't got nothing to do with the giant fucking shipping ship crashing
Yeah.
into a fucking bridge and making it fall down.
That
I
wasn't
know
in the
that.
blueprint of the plans of what
That wasn't
happens
in the
to ship
plans.
to sides.
Like that's like my mom's greatest fear. Every time she crosses a bridge, when we live in New York, she hated to go across the bridge. She
I
thought
hate
it was
bridges.
gonna-
I hate bridges too. I hate them.
Yeah, she fears that it'll like one day just fall apart while crossing it. I was like, why you? She put that in my brain, and now I get fear going across
You know what's
bridges.
funny? Here in my state, it's a law now. They have to put the rating of the bridge on the bridge in real big like sign, and you could see it. And like anything.
Dude, are there sea bridges out there? I would.
Oh, bro, no, they go
my
by numbers. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The best is a 10. The worst is a 1.
No
And
shit.
I
I even have ones.
I've
at that
never
point.
I've never crossed anything higher than a 6.
Dude,
No
I wouldn't
joke.
even do 6s. It's 9 or 10s, and the 9s I'll look at spotty anyway. Fuck that. Fuck that. Okay, let's talk about this fucking movie, Joe. Jesus Christ.
Are you guys gonna talk about it? 'Cause if you are, I'm gonna leave. I don't want spoilers, but I love you guys, but I don't want spoilers. This
Yeah,
one,
we'll probably spoil it.
I
Probably.
want to go into this
Um,
one with no like.
You
I
want-
want to
oh,
go
you
into
don't want to
this one.
spoil it, Joe?
Well, I mean,
It's
it's only been out for a week. I think most people haven't had an opportunity to see it. I mean, can we talk about it without spoiling it?
Absolutely, Joe.
And then I'll stick around.
Okay.
Just don't drop any major spoilers. I'll stay.
I will not try. I'll try not to drop major spoilers, but there's
Yeah,
some-
like the part with the flesh eating clown at the end. Like, let's not bring that up.
I will never.
Is
bring
that
up.
even a real thing?
Or
You're just
the-
making
No, it's
shit
not.
up.
I can't believe this is part of the Marvel universe.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Oh my
Yeah, when
God.
Spider-Man
Roman.
showed up, I didn't see that coming.
It's
I
it
mean,
was
yeah, I mean, he was
Mephisto
in
the whole time.
Ant-Man.
He was hiding out here.
I mean, that's what he
Mephisto,
was in
whatever the
Ant-Man
fuck
3.
his name is.
Mephisto.
Mephisto.
I have another.
And
I
then
have
at the end, when the devil came out, it turned out to be Kathleen Kennedy. I
Oh my
was like,
God.
Oh my lord!
that I do believe. I can see that
And
happening.
she said South Park made me do this, and then she killed everyone.
And she left a note that said, "I leave everything to Petty Jenkins."
Yeah, I leave everything to Patty Jenkins and Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson.
And then Ryan Johnson's like, all right, I guess I'll look at it when I'm done with my 18th onion, whatever the fuck the mystery shit is.
Of course, a
They'll
subvert
make it- they'll take-
expectation.
they'll- everyone
You
will
want
be
a
in a
separate
panic attack.
expect? Give Ryan his trailer. Give Ryan.
Oh, you know, Ryan Johnson.
Give Ryan Star Wars, okay? And then with his bullshit excuses about why the Last Jedi was supposed to be so good, give me the same subvert expectations, and I want you to fire Daisy Ridley, even though I love her. Fire her. Get her out of
Okay,
it.
Late Night the Devil. So Late Night the Devil.
Why is his hair on fire? I
Daisy
bet
Ridley
that's-
wasn't fired from Late Night and the Devil.
Oh
He's
my
talking
God,
about
here we
Star
go.
Wars.
Okay.
She wasn't even in this
Wow,
movie,
speaking
senior
of
nerd.
nerds,
Catch up.
speaking of nerds, like,
She wants to
I-
fire her from movies she's not
Oh,
even
yeah,
in.
I'm
That's
like
how much
you,
she hates her.
Yeah.
Like she's not even in this movie. He wants her fired. God damn, cancel culture has gone too far. Now you're gonna get
It is
fired.
gone
because
too
You're not even in.
I mean, I could probably just make up a rumor about like anybody. Give me a name.
Tom Cruise.
Okay, so here's why I don't like Dave
Jeffrey
Bautista.
Epstein.
Dave Bautista. I heard he had an affair with Rocket Raccoon.
Kevin
It's
Spacey.
just a
Wait, Bradley
a
Cooper?
rumor.
Holy
Roseanne
shit.
Barr.
No, not Bradley Cooper, the actual raccoon.
Oh my god. All right,
Wait,
we've
they
lost
put-
people.
they chased that raccoon.
Just a reminder before we move on that Disney and Kathleen Kennedy have made more good, high quality Star
That's
Wars.
not
than
true,
George
no,
Lucas
I'm
ever
not
did.
Stopping, bro. Like,
All right, another 30 minutes of this, people.
No, I'm not gonna say nothing. He's doing it on purpose. He's trying
Oh.
to.
No, yeah, please.
It's
stop,
scrolling,
please.
scrolling at the bottom
He's
of the
trying,
screen.
he's trying to bait me. I'm
just
I'm
saying
muting
it
my mic
that
so
way.
you guys can talk about the
Lay with
movie.
them.
and meet more.
Late night with the devil. Late night with the devil. Late night with the devil.
I don't even want to talk about this movie anymore.
You don't want to talk about it? I
Well,
love
well,
it.
well,
we're not gonna argue.
I'm kidding. I just wanted to trigger these guys.
Because
The
I'm
minute I
not
said
gonna,
that, they go,
I'm
"Ah!"
not- no, because I'm not gonna argue about Star Wars anymore. I just can't do it.
Yeah, you
No,
can.
I do
Well,
have
are
to
you
say-
are you on
Stop it,
Brucifer's
stop
show
it,
later
stop it,
today?
Joe, please, Joe.
I do
Are
have
you
to
on
say
Brucifer's show later today?
This is what I've got to do. I don't know if you guys know something, but Brodan's
Brucifer, list off who's on your show tonight.
Bro,
right
yeah,
now.
I'm
List
on-
them off
I'm
in the
on-
chat.
I'm on
You're
Bruce.
correct.
Star Wars.
I'm on Brucifer's show later, and then after that, me and Brodan are fade. Brodan's coming back for one night. 'Cause he wants to
I
talk
told you
about
he
the
would.
he wants
How
to
did-
talk about the
How is
alkali.
that guy not my friend and I called him? I said, "He'll come back." And you said I
I'll
could
let him
talk to
know.
him and he'd come to my channel. So
He
you better
might.
bring him up.
I think
bring
he
him
lurks.
in.
I think, but he wants to talk about the alkali, and I'm like, fuck, that's gonna lead me to a Star Wars shit. So I'm gonna probably talking Star Wars tonight.
Yeah, you're doing it. All right. Late night with the devil.
Okay, so did you love this movie as much as I did?
I thought it was good. I don't think I loved it as much as you, but I could see the merits. There was a lot of there was a lot of references to other movies that I was thinking about that didn't that just got in the way a lot of the time. So I didn't feel like I was seeing something as fresh as I think other people were seeing, but I still thought it was very well made. I think the performance is exceptional by the lead. This guy, I forget his name, Polka Dot Man. He's awesome.
David Dasham.
Yeah, David
Dasham-
something. Yeah. He was great. I did love the last 15 minutes, but then again, the craziness and all that did kind of remind me of Ghost Watch a little bit. But it was still really good, and I thought that was a really cool, emotional, powerful payoff at the end with this guy. I really enjoyed his performance. I wish the beginning could have been, the first half could have been tightened up a little bit. I felt like we were getting, it took a little bit too long for things to get going, especially with the psychic. There was a bit with the psychic dude that took a little bit too long to get going. And then in my opinion, the payoff wasn't a fresh payoff. Stuff we've seen in possessed movies dozens of times. But again, I still thought it was good. I'm still rooting for this movie to do awesome in the box office. I think, here's another thing, Crazy Joe. This is what's going to make for an interesting debate. I know you are a huge cinema guy, as in going to the theaters.
Yes.
I think, in my opinion, I probably would have enjoyed my experience a little more if I saw this on TV. I think this is meant to be seen on television because it is mimicking a television show. And I think that'll create a little bit more immersion rather than my theater experience, which I already had. One of the things I got to say, I had a terrible theater experience. There was no air conditioner. It was like, it smelled like paint. The bathrooms were like, it was one bathroom that we had to like walk 2 miles to get to. It was ridiculous. I felt like I had to go to the bathroom twice. So I felt I missed a good portion of the movie. So that might adhere to my like, why I wasn't like in love with the movie. Like, I still think it was a good movie. And I think on rewatch in television, I'm going to love it even more. And I think that's the optimal, as much as you're probably going to disagree, I think that's the optimal setting for this movie.
I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
And I don't completely disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have to say that I had a very, very different experience. It was actually one of the best theater experiences I've had in a long time.
Awesome.
because I saw it at a late night show, and it was a packed show. The auditorium was packed.
Mm.
Everybody was into this movie. Like everybody was like hanging on the film to
Yeah,
the
I
point
bet.
that when we got to the end, there was one woman in my row who said, "That's it," and everyone with her turned and said, "What do you mean that's it?" Like they couldn't believe that she didn't like it. Like it was a packed house of people that were like
Yeah.
hanging on
And they
this
were
movie.
laughing.
They were laughing, and
Yeah.
they were you know,
That's awesome. I
and all
think,
the
yeah, I bet this killed in the festivals because it was doing a bunch of festivals last year. I probably would have liked that setting even more. My theater was empty. It was nothing. There was no one. There were like 2 people. None of them laughed. Nothing.
I mean,
It wasn't a
we're in
good
a
theater
weird
experience.
time with movie theaters
Yeah.
because
Well, I
attendance
saw it
is
at
kind of
2 in the afternoon. So
okay. Yeah, but yeah, attendance has been down across the board. So we're in kind of a weird time. Like I always say, comedy movies. I always think comedies are better in the theater because that group laughing, laughter is contagious. And when you watch something that's really, really funny in a room full of people and everybody's laughing, it just feels so much funnier than when you watch it at home.
I
Uh, and
100% agree. Yes,
and
you
I
get
kind
caught
of
up with the
think
vibe.
and I think horror has a similar it's not exactly the same, but it's a
Yes.
similar kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. Actually, I do remember. Unfortunately, it was Five Nights at Freddy's, and that was a very bad experience. But Five Nights at Freddy's was the last time I was in a theater that packed. But it was a very different experience this time.
That's great. That's great. I'm glad you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy this movie a lot more on second. It was a bad theater experience, honestly. Yeah, and this movie's prime for TV. It's like the whole point is that this is a lost episode. It reminded me of this other movie. You should check it out too. It's Japanese. It's called Noroi the Curse. Also about like this documentarian guy that was doing an episode of this possession cursed neighborhood. It is really it's like legitimately a creepy ass freaking fake doc. It's this guy that does a bunch of found footage movies. He's done like several masterpieces and they're all like found footage. So this guy's like legit in Japan. This movie reminded me a lot of that. That one was creepier. I thought they were doing some really interesting fresh stuff. Again, what this does, it does the possession stuff. It does kind of the tropes, but it does it very well, very well. So you could have a blast with this. And I think very minor spoilers. The demon, the actual demon, the way it looked was so fucking cool and original. That was fresh. The actual look of the demon was amazing. I thought that was really cool.
There is, without getting into details, one gore scene. Like there's one like major gore scene in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, I thought that was so much fun because it was like kind of it was kind of that kind of over the top Evil Deadish kind of borderline silly but not silly kind of gore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember when that happened, I was like, I had one of those moments where I was like, oh my god, that was awesome.
Yeah, there were several things that like I thought the demon was awesome looking. I thought the setup was good. I wanted also a little bit more from the behind the scenes, but dude, here's the thing. Why theater experiences are kind of important, right? When you're going out to the movie, you got to make it so worth it. It can't be kind of like doing this kind of the skirting by the basics. Luckily, this movie had fantastic acting and stuff, but this movie was made on a low budget.
Yeah,
I could have definitely there's definitely talent here. It's just like to play this next to Dune. I think it's like it could be tricky. It could be tricky. Not that, but again, maybe because we had to go to a faraway theater because that was the only theater that was playing it when we wanted to see it during the afternoon. I think Joe's experience of playing this late at night is the way to go with a crowded theater because every other theater around us played this movie at night. They weren't playing it during the day. So I think that, again, I think my theater experience actually hindered my experience with the movie, which is something that is kind of shitty. But still, the movie shined. So it's a tribute that the movie's still good. I still thought it was really good.
And to those who haven't seen it, let's real quick give the setup. It's it is a lost episode of a late night talk show in the vein of Johnny Carson. In fact, he's competing with Johnny Carson. He's like the straggler who can't catch up to Carson in the ratings. And this is like his Halloween episode where he introduces some supernatural elements. Someone who's, you know, possessed by a demon, someone who's a skeptic and is going to debunk it. And everything just goes wrong. And we're supposedly watching the lost tape
Yeah.
of this
Mixed
episode.
with like the making of documentary from behind
Right.
the scenes footage.
Yeah, so like when he goes to commercial on the show, we'll then cut to black and white footage that was shot
Yeah.
on set. The only part I thought was weak, but it's necessary.
Mhm.
It is necessary, but the weakest part I thought was the intro, because
Oh.
there's this long intro with a narrator
Mhm.
explaining who the character is and the history of his show and how he leading us up to this point. Like, this is who this guy is, this is where he is in his career. Then one night this happened.
Yeah.
And that intro is very long. And I remember like for a while there being like, this is, you know, when you say it started out dull, I mean, not that intro is that long, but I did kind of find my eyes glazing over. Like, is this intro ever going to end?
Yeah, it'd probably be healthier if I thought of this as a slow burn. Maybe that could help too, because I should have known that it was going to be more of a slow burn, and maybe I would have adjusted to it more. But the first half was a little slow. I wouldn't call it dull. It was interesting. I liked, like, he has there's a relationship. I'll just leave it at that. He has a relationship with his wife that's explored a lot in the beginning, and I thought it was really good. I thought all that was really cool, and it's a great setup for the rest of the movie. And I thought it had a really good payoff to sort of put all the supernatural elements of what happened together. I thought it was really good. So that kept me going. I would never call it dull. I would just say it was like slow. Like, it was just a little slow, but I was definitely getting what I wanted, which is like, it was a good acting. Again, it's the strength of this movie is all because of this one guy holding it all together. This David dude. He was great. Seemed like a fun character, very likable. Go ahead.
Do you think David Dash? I know I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but do you David? I'm just gonna say Dash Malian. We'll assume that's right. It's
I'm
probably
gonna call him Dear David.
Chin.
David Shutter is what I'm gonna call him, because he hosted the Shutter Fangoria Awards. David
Do
Shutter.
do you think that he's going to break out and become a bigger actor now? Because I think he's very, very good. I think this movie really showcases him, and he's been in a lot
I
of
think
very
he's always had
successful
the.
things.
I think he's always had the potential. I think he's always had the potential.
Yeah,
I gotta
think,
wonder if he's
I don't
too-
know. He's too quirky. I think
That's what I was gonna say. He might
Yeah.
be too quirky to ever be like mainstream, but I maybe he's gonna be
Depends.
like a Bruce Campbell type.
My
Like,
brother's
or-
here. My
he
brother's
could also
here.
be a Steve Buscemi type, which wouldn't be bad.
I love you guys. My brother's here. I gotta bounce.
Later.
Okay, bye. I mean, Johnny Depp was not doing quirky roles before he break out and with Pirates of the Caribbean. So, I mean, he could.
I don't
I
know.
could see him going the Steve Buscemi route, where it's like he is going to be a lead and interesting, but for mostly side characters that are awesome and probably like
I
co-lead,
mean, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Or he could go the route that he's just going to be doing like B movies. Like, his career doesn't quite take off. I think he'll be perfectly comfortable and settled doing B movies like this for the rest of his career, right? Showing up and stuff like that.
He will always be a good character actor. No matter, no matter
exactly.
what. He's always going to be a good character actor.
Exactly. And what I think is always good is that he loves the genre, right? He's hosting the awards. He does stuff outside, you know. So that's always good to get work out of that, right? There's gonna be fanboys growing up in his movies that are, when they become filmmakers, they're gonna be hiring him, right? Because he's like, oh, that's the horror guy. So I think he's very comfortable. I think he's great. He has definitely the potential to, like, you know, one of the, maybe like in 10 years, Nolan puts him as the lead, right? Like, he's one of those guys that one day he's just going to show up as the lead and everyone's like, yeah, of course, it's time. I could see that too.
You know, it's
Like,
interesting. I've got 15 people watching, and the last comment was Isaac like a half hour ago. Where is everybody? Nobody's commenting.
I don't know. I got 19. Is that with yours too?
I
No
don't
one commented my
so.
shit. Well, I guess
Yeah.
I prefer when it's quiet. I prefer when it's quiet. That's what it is. Everyone prefers when they're quiet. See?
Yeah, maybe.
Just listen. Yeah, I think YouTube. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I get a lot of viewership from the YouTube now. I don't know if they're bots though.
YouTube, you mean Twitter?
Oh, YouTube. I'm an idiot. Twitter. Yeah, I said YouTube. Twitter. Thank you, Homer. Jesus. Can you imagine if you had your headphones on? Everyone's like, "What is Perp talking about? Where does he think he is? Where does Perp think he is?" All right.
Got voices in his head.
Yeah, I know. Just like So in terms of side character stuff, I thought they were good too, especially the woman taking care of the girl. I thought she was an especial highlight of good acting.
Yeah,
Really solid. Really solid.
I like the sidekick, the Ed McMahon character.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of felt bad for him. I was like, yeah, I felt bad for him. He wanted out of there.
Yeah.
That was good. I felt bad for him. But yeah, so I guess that's a good character. But yeah, I thought it was good. I think I'm gonna enjoy the rewatch way more in the comfort of my home.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it again. It's actually one of those movies that I went home. And Vince has popped over to my side. Guess I can pop in here, he says.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that when I got home, the first thing I did was check Fandango at home to see if I could pre-order it. Like I was ready to buy it. I'm like, I'll pre-order this right now if it's for sale, and it wasn't yet.
Did you see this director's? It's co-directed. Their other work, they did a movie called 100 Bloody Acres, which I've also heard was pretty good, but I never saw. But I'm definitely gonna check that out now.
I haven't heard of it, but I want to check it out. I want to see more from these guys. And I was telling you the other night in another stream, we were talking about Harold and the Purple Crayon, and I mentioned that something like Late Night with the Devil or Harold and the Purple Crayon are the kind of movies I get most excited about because they weren't on my radar at all. I knew there was going to be a Ghostbusters movie. I know there's going to be a Scream 7. I know there's going to be a Deadpool 3.
Welcome to the festival circuit, my man.
I love when something weird pops up and you're like, I didn't know about that. And we always say we want something original. And I remember like one year I did my top most anticipated films of the year, and someone in the comments wrote, "It's all sequels. How come you don't have anything original in here?" And I was like, because I don't know what the original things are yet. Like you're asking me in January what I'm anticipating. I don't know what the original things are yet. We'll take them as they come.
What about prequels? What about something like Prometheus?
I didn't like Prometheus myself.
But how hyped were you when you saw that trailer, though? Holy crap!
Yeah, no? I was there. I was there opening day for that.
I was there opening day too, and I was. Did you see that, Senior Nerd? Did you see Prometheus?
It was not the last 3D movie I saw in theaters.
That was the last 3D movie. I think I saw it in 3D too. That was 2012.
Yeah, that was 3D. I thought it was good. It didn't blow me away. That's because I'm not much an Alien fan. But
I thought it was visually beautiful.
Yeah, visually it was great. But like I said, people was like, I was standing, and also the
yeah, I was like, it was kind of lukewarm. I was kind of like, whatever.
Like I know, but I didn't get like the scientists, going to the freaking obviously deadly looking aliens, cobra looking fucking thing. I was like, why he tried to pet it? It's like, give me a look. Solid. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. I thought so. Do you have any final thoughts on Late Night?
No my final thought is I'm just going to tell people, see this movie. I mean, I think, we always hear people say they want something original, something. I mean, well, this isn't, totally original. They're as we said, Ghost Watch, WNYF. There's a WNUF Halloween special. There have been things like this before.
Yeah, but it's not an IP.
It's not an IP.
I think that's what when people say we want someone, I think that's what they're talking about too, for the most part.
Yeah, but it's unique. It's well executed. It's got great actors. I love this movie. It's very
creative. It's very creative, and I think it's a good. Especially, it's like if you guys are just like watching, the blockbuster, the studio, the top like 5 studio movies every year, right? It's like this feels fresh. It feels different. It's done in a different way. I think this could be a good opening of the door of seeing that there's so many great films out there that are not done by like Paramount or Disney or WB or whatever. Or some of them they release it through smaller like their smaller labels, and they put these out in the theaters and stuff. These are good movies. I always say, don't let these studios dictate what you watch. Like, there's great movies out there. Why are we letting the studios tell us what the great movies are?
Yeah, No, I say everyone should see this. Now I know you say wait for it to come home. I will say it's a
No,
it's gonna
no,
be on,
I still say
right,
it was my experience, and I still
right,
say
right.
I support movies like that. I support all horror, especially original. So yeah, I totally see this, but I think the optimal setting is at home. But still, see it in the theater.
But yeah, and a lot of people don't have Shutter, so it's like
Yeah,
see it however you can see it.
yeah, and then also see it at night with a crowd. Okay,
That was awesome. That was
Yeah.
awesome. It was a packed crowd. You know, I was on Max's stream the other night debating whether or not I was going to leave my house and go see this or stay on the stream because I didn't really actually feel like going out that night. I wasn't feeling too good, but I knew there would be no other opportunity. I knew it was like now or never. It was one of those situations because I know my schedule, and I thought I'm not going to find another night to do this. I made such the right call. Like I'm so happy I went out and saw
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Be part of that movement too, because it's doing well for a small movie, but it's not like breaking bank either. I think like the opening weekend was 666, like that was the meme, right?
Yeah.
666,000. You know,
666,666.
there's
Like it
no
was
way.
like it's like you can't. You almost gotta wonder
I don't
if
believe it.
they cooked
That's
the
a
books
studio
to get
shit.
that
Yeah, that's
number.
a studio shit. I don't believe that. No, that you guys played your card too hard there with the maybe 1666 in there, but like every number, please.
Yeah.
Please. I bet First Omen is pissed. They're like, fuck you. That should have been ours. That was supposed to be like our opening day number or some shit. Oh man. So tomorrow I'm gonna end up actually seeing Immaculate. I'm going for it. The hype is too strong.
Yeah, I haven't heard much.
Cheeseman saw it. He said it was good. He said it was better than he expected. I wasn't gonna in a rush to see it, but I've been hearing a couple people I respect say, "Hey, it's not bad." Go through
I
the
think
jump scare motions of the beginning. You're fine. You're fine.
Isaac, the biggest movie fan, asks why I always leave Max's stream a lot. Well, it depends. Like you know, it's sometimes it's timing. Um, you know, like the other
Sometimes it's
night.
personal.
Sometimes, yeah. Well, sometimes we get to the point where everyone's shouting over each other, and I'm like, well, nobody can hear me anyway, so I just leave. You know, sometimes we get those streams where they're just shouting matches. Now everyone's gonna be silent.
No, I get that.
Oh yeah, he totally get that. He's out.
I don't know what happened to Perp went totally silent.
Sorry, something happened with my computer. I'm back.
Oh, all right.
I'm
I thought you were memeing on me because they said sometimes everyone's shouting over each other, and you were like, "Oh well, hell, I'll be silent."
Hell yeah! Damn it, I should have gone with that.
So, did you have any? Are we done then with Late Night with the Devil? Or anyone
I
else
can
got
keep going if
anything
you want
else
to talk
to say?
spoilers or something, or like get like maybe not huge spoilers, or if you want to get more or anything else.
I don't think I like. I mean, like if this had been out for a couple months, I'd say okay, but I don't know that enough people have had a chance to see it.
Sure.
Like, I feel like we're like, has anyone in our audience that's watching right now seen this, or is it just us? Because otherwise,
Yeah, I know there's a couple people over at Williams Sci-Fi Center that saw it or were mentioning it. So maybe we wait a little bit. We could do a spoiler stream. Maybe
yeah, I'll come back and talk spoilers again. I'm more than happy to talk about this movie.
Yeah, because I think it deserves kind of an unpacking too, especially with the ending revelations and all that stuff. I think there's stuff to really discuss and dig deep of, like meaning, commentary, all this stuff. I thought it was very interesting. So yeah, I really like this. Not really. I like this movie, but I think I'm gonna really like it on second watch. I'm gonna try to pay attention to other stuff going on.
Yes.
CGH, what did you think of it? CGH? Oh, I don't know why these guys get in here just to be quiet. Seeing there.
I just pay attention.
Explain this logic to me.
I just
want to be in here. I just want to stay. I just want to hang out.
I just like listening. I like
Like
listening.
CGH, you're like an Urkel. You just come in and you just hang out, like Urkel.
Urkel just comes in and hangs out.
Yeah, just hangs out, starts building shit, asks if I got cheese.
See, CJH missed the cue.
Oh,
You said you're like an Urkel. You just come in here and hang out, and he should have then said, "Did I do that?"
No, he
I don't think he's ever
I'll
watched
be-
Family
I'll-
Matters.
yeah, I don't think they show Family Matters in Canada.
No, they're all watching Degrassi up there.
Yes.
Degrassi Knowles, you're in Canada?
Oh my God.
No,
not doing this. We're
not
not-
last year. Oh, too.
So I got in front of me here. My first 3 tickets for the Mahoning Drive-In. The Mahoning Drive-In's opening next month. You know, I've mentioned the Mahoning Drive-In many times. I love the drive-in. And I got 3 tickets already for various shows I've already bought tickets for. The season opener, which is The Wizard of Oz and Willy Wonka. That's their season opener every year. Wizard of Oz, Willy Wonka. And my daughter,
Wizard Willy Wonka.
and my daughter's
35 millimeter. Look at that.
yeah. And my daughter's obsessed with The Wizard of Oz now, so I'm taking her opening night. Then in May, one of my all-time favorite movies, one of my top 5 favorite movies, Boogie Nights. Boogie
Whoa.
Nights. So I'm going to get to see Dirk Diggler's big prosthetic dong
Make sure you take a
on the
picture.
biggest screen in
You
Pennsylvania.
make sure you take a picture of that final scene. Sir.
I will text that to you.
Otherwise, I will not believe you.
And June 14th, Little Devil's Night, featuring
Oh,
Gremlins and
Gremlins?
Gremlins 2.
Little devil. You
Wait,
in
and
hell, little man.
Sound
And
Base
I
too?
am the little devil.
And the next night, Saturday, is Dolls and Child's Play. I didn't get tickets for the Saturday. I got tickets for the Gremlins night. But and why
You ever-
Dolls and Child's Play 2? Like, what shouldn't it be Child's Play 1 and Child's Play 2, or Dolls and Child's Play 1? I thought that was a weird combo.
You ever watch Mr. Sunday Movies?
I
Yeah.
haven't. I've seen Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
No,
No,
it's
I
not-
mean
it's-
this.
it's
This is
a-
a
the
this is a YouTuber,
channel.
Joe.
they're
Bring-
from
bring it
the
up.
Oh, CJ, what's it do with Liverpool?
Do you guys it just
No, we're not.
No.
We're not. No.
No.
Shut up. No. Goddamn.
No. No.
Yeah, I don't think I really
No.
saw Boogie Nights. I didn't saw it all
No.
the way through.
does anybody remember Commander USA's groovy movies?
What?
No.
From where?
Back in the
We're not
80s.
madmen, Joe.
Back in the 80s on the USA network on Saturday or Sunday afternoons, they would show Captain USA's groovy movies. And it was a guy in a superhero costume, like hosting, like an old horror host, like an Elvira type, just hosting movies. And it was such a blast. I used to love Captain USA's groovy movies back in the day.
Groovy movie. Are you in?
Yeah.
Are you going to be in Brucifer's show later? You invited?
Me, I probably not. I was number one, I wasn't invited. And number 2, I think in a little bit
Well, he
I'm
changes
gonna.
the panel. I haven't been invited for like the last 3 weeks. I finally got invited, so he changes the panel up. That's how he
Yeah,
does it. But you're gonna love my favorite interpretation
Did you
Okay.
watch
Like
a movie to
my
reboot?
gameplay?
or interpret of characters, or different interpretation of characters. You're gonna love mine. Let me tell
Okay.
you.
Did you ever play this game, Perp? The Quarry?
I
Do
started
you
to. I didn't
recognize
finish
that
it.
guy?
Yeah, that's Ted Raimi. Also, Justice Smith is in this movie. He's the fucking blogger with the podcast. That's Justin Smith. Justice Smith, who's having a phenomenal year this year. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I played the core. I never finished it. It was awful. I've been chasing Until Dawn since Until Dawn. I haven't found it. The closest I got to Until Dawn is a fucking sci-fi game called Detroit. Become Human. All right? Are we done here?
That guy?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Justice. He was in the
Yes,
quarry,
that's
yeah.
the kid from.
Yeah, he has a phenomenal voice. I love his voice.
Anyway.
Sonically, you freaking weirdos.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to what?
Yes, a channel that no one watches.
Ah, yes,
Me.
it's time for CJH segment. The sympathy missiles. Go ahead, sir.
Oh,
Sympa-
wait.
unleash your sympathy
wait.
missiles.
Hold on. Before that.
Go.
Perk,
Go.
Perk,
It's time for my
No,
favorite segment of the show.
Perk.
Play
I
the
got-
world's smallest violin.
Yes.
Here.
Mhm,
Perk.
mhm. Go.
I gotta tell you something.
What about your channel?
Okay, never mind.
you know how bad my channel is. How bad is it, CJH?
It's so bad that everyone loves
It
it. and they're
did,
freaking fucking
Jim.
about it all.
It did, Jim.
You know, speaking
dead,
of which,
Jim.
I'd like to point out that today,
It's dead, Jim. It's
today is
dead.
March 26th, and that means
You can't take him, Rocky.
it is Leonard Nimoy's birthday today. I
Yes,
mean,
it is.
Oh, wow.
he didn't have any cake today because he's dead. But,
It would have been nice too.
Here's my reaction. Bring this up.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
No, you can't play that way. Split it up. You can't play that. Come on, the copyright. Thank you.
Come on, man.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, Perk, guess
Seriously,
what?
dude.
You remember you say like you want to see my first video that I made on YouTube? I said no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
deleted it.
I'm gonna look at everyone's first video at some point. We saw
Well,
DL's
I
first
thought
video.
I did, but I
You
checked
can't
and-
find
All right,
my
put it in the private
first
chat
video.
right now, senior nerd.
No,
You
it's-
can't find my
Put it
first
on the private
video
chat right
because
now.
I
you
put
can't
it
find
find
it,
my
CJ.
first.
Otherwise, you're never getting
because
on
I
here.
put. So when I stopped making YouTube video, I put like pretty much
Senior
a
nerd,
lot
I
of
don't
it-
give a fuck. Put your first fucking video in the private chat. Don't say anything else. You start talking after you do that. Okay? That's it.
You know what? I'm gonna wait for a special day to do that.
You fucker.
Oh yes.
You want to see the real
I'm
first
private.
video?
I'm gonna private video.
Herb doesn't
and
need
then-
help getting his channel
Wait,
off. He's good.
bring-
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
this
I'm
up.
a master of that.
Want to see the real first videos?
Yeah,
on my
sure.
channel.
Go ahead. Sure, why not,
Look at that.
CJH? You're gonna show me anyway, CJH. Look at that. All right.
One of
Look
these
at that.
days, I'm sure it's
FC
so
Star
bad.
Wars collectors can. Is that your first video?
Yeah.
All right, click on it. So put it on the private chat.
No, it's
Put it in the
not
private
public,
chat.
though.
Okay,
That's
but I
not
wanna
public either.
Okay,
That's
well, I
not
wanna look at
public
it.
either.
I want to look at it.
It's not public.
Are you gonna play it? Are you gonna
No.
play it? Okay, then it's
I'm not
done.
gonna play any of these.
All right, well
These
then
are
it's done.
awful.
Then what-
Cringe.
I don't care. I'm awful. I'm awful now. You were awful then. People laugh at me now. Versus laughing
I
at how
was
you were.
cringe then. Do you imagine if that was
Well,
the
Joe
first
doesn't
time
believe
you
in
ever saw
cringe,
my
so it's
face?
impossible you're cringe.
Can you imagine
I
if
can
that was
send
the first
you
ever face reveal.
I can send you my first video, but I don't know that you want to watch it.
I'm trying to watch everyone's.
All right. Well, okay. Technically, okay,
And everyone's been like I got completely baited 2 times by Senior Nerd and now CJH.
here's the
Damn.
thing.
Just
Here's the
put
thing.
it in the private chat.
Okay, I got 2 videos that
That's
you
already
can
there.
Share it. Share it. Bring it up.
All right,
Put
I
it
got
on
2.
the fucking private chat.
I gotta know what you want. I got 2
I want
kind
your
of videos.
first video. I've been
Yes,
very
like,
clear since
yeah.
the beginning.
No, you don't understand though. When I first started, I was just taking interviews for my audio podcast and sticking the interviews up there. So there's no video. It's just an audio of me doing an interview. And that's technically my first video. So I could send you that,
Put it in the
or
chat.
I could send you the first video that I did that's an actual video with people on camera.
Both, Joe. Both.
All right. Well, one of them's an hour. So
Well, I'm gonna skip through. I'm not gonna listen to your whole thing. I'm just gonna listen to like, okay, what was your first question, and then we'll move on. Don't worry.
all right.
Don't.
hang
worry.
on.
I know how to run this stream. I know what I'm doing.
Do you? I don't know. All right, give me a second. I'll find them.
Don't be done. I'm too bored. No, just Brucifer's is gonna start at 9, guys.
Want to see the first channel? The new channel.
No,
Let's see.
no, I don't. Not even a little bit, dude. Not even a little bit. Not even like.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. Not,
Well,
okay, a
I'm
little
just
bit.
sharing
A little bit.
anyway.
All right, a little bit. All right. Sure. Go. What is it? A little bit.
It's the
Just a
new
little.
channel. It's the new.
Oh, wow. Look at that. This is the new channel, guys. Yay. Everyone give CGH validation. He
I
did it.
know.
He
That
did
new
it. He's
channel.
the best.
Validation.
He's the best.
That new channel's dead.
Which one? Mine?
That's a dead new channel you got there.
Yeah,
You got
I
3
know.
views in. Oh my God, CGH. Why do you do this to me?
I know.
Slow
Yeah.
clap. Oh, god damn it.
Slow clap. What the
There you go.
hell?
I sent you 2 in the private chat.
All right, thank you. So finally, someone
One
does what I
is-
ask.
One is my first video,
What?
and it's an interview, and the second one is
Look
my
at
first
Crazy
video.
Joe. Everyone seeing
Yes.
this? No, not yet. Here it is. Look at him. He right deal.
Hey,
Hey.
Megapodzilla's Crazy Joe.
Mega Podzilla. Great name, Joe.
That was the old channel name.
Dude, that's a great name. You guys move around.
I
the
got
channels.
I got
Oh
a
my
cease
God.
and I got a cease and desist from Toho. They told me I couldn't use it.
Mega
What?
Podzilla?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at my
Really?
logo. Look, I had a logo and everything. Toho was like
Just Bob?
Toho's like, you must cease and you must desist.
Oh fuck.
I would have
Really?
said, I would have told him, no, bro, Toho.
Boo.
And then I would have got sued to oblivion. All right.
I gotta move my finger because I keep putting it right in front of the camera. And
Move your finger. See, these are the freaking amateur mistakes everyone makes. This is what I want to see. Finger on top of the camera, Joe.
just made it worse. There we go.
Did.
We are standing outside the Colonial Theater,
Hell
used
yeah.
in the movie
The Blob.
The Blob, and this is Blobfest. And
Oh, that's why it's so crowded. I was like, are you in Universal Studios? Because the way people were like hanging out.
no, it's Blobfest. Every July we
Blobfest.
celebrate Blobfest.
That Battlestar Galactica from BSG.
Yes, the original. So yeah, we're here. We're walking around. It's a street festival going on, and just gonna.
Beautiful,
You're
Joe.
working this event, right?
I am
Bob?
working this event.
He's
we've had
working
a
it.
costume contest, which we had
Joe is also working it. May I add?
the Imperious leader from Battlestar Galactica, Tippy Hedrum from the Birds, and we had
Tippy
Audrey
Hedrum.
and Audrey
I would start asking, how did Alfred abuse you on set?
2 at the costume contest.
I saw Audrey too. That was pretty cool.
She was what? She won. Whoa.
Sorry.
Spitting food at me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna walk around town and we're gonna take a look at some of the shops.
Maybe
And,
not Tippy Hepburn. Do you think Tippy Hepburn, like someone of her experience, when she does these cons, like telling them, do you think after a while they just start making up stories just because they need something to say, keep it entertaining and fresh? You just
Well,
start making-
keep in
'cause
mind
to
that-
be asked, because she's only going to be asked about the birds for the most
Yeah,
part.
but
right?
see, I don't know if you heard what he said there though. This is
What?
a costume contest.
Oh.
It's somebody dressed as Tippy Hedren. Like
Oh,
it was a cosplay.
I didn't hear that.
It's- Yeah, they
Well,
had
I'm
a
an idiot.
costume
You
contest.
should have let me kept going.
Sorry, yeah.
The way I was saying that confidently, really made me look bad.
Oh, I
I'd
will.
like a little
I'll tell you
flavor
this.
of what
Yeah.
Blobfest is.
In this video,
Yeah.
you'll get to see me meet somebody for the first time that became like a real problem in my life. There's a certain YouTuber that I am very
Without showing-
I'm very known for collaborating with, and there he is.
Mhm.
I don't talk to this guy anymore.
What'd he
Who's
do?
That's cinema sickness. He's
Got down with the
Yeah.
cinema sickness.
Yeah.
What'd he do?
Who's-
I don't want to get into it here.
Oh,
but,
God.
It's he's not a nice guy. He's not a nice guy.
What you
Oh,
want
he went
well, this-
Red Pill? Go bro.
There's Tippy Hepburn. I
Yeah.
found
She
Tippy.
looks great for her. Oh, she's great. She looks
There
great
she
for her
is.
age.
I found Tippy.
How did you do
Yep.
in the contest?
She got third.
Oh,
Bullshit.
That's really clever. You should have done better than third. No, I heard your purse lesson trips.
She's got birds inside her freaking purse.
That's
Yeah.
very cool. What's really cool is my wife and I were actually talking about the birds on the way over here. So how'd you come up with the idea?
Definitely a serial killer.
What? You think the little girl's a
What?
serial killer?
Why? Because she dressed up like Tippy Hedren?
Why
I'm
is
making
she
a
serial
joke
killer?
here. I'm making a joke here.
Oh.
Well, it suck. It suck,
Well,
man.
from now on, when
No
you finish with your
shit.
joke,
No shit.
being your nerd, we are nice to our co-hosts here.
Look at that. He's all snappy. He's like, oh no shit.
You don't say
Sherlock.
it sucks. You give improvement advice. All right. So give him improvement advice on how he could be funnier. Go, senior nerd. Go. Give him advice. Go.
If you're gonna make a joke, don't make a joke because you're terrible at making jokes.
That's the worst advice.
Wait, you could have just said delete the channel, but you know.
That's what you want to hear, you freaking masochist. Who's this guy?
What guy?
Why am I getting commercials?
Natural, just like
You're monetized?
That
Because it's
channel's
YouTube.
monetized.
Oh.
Adventures is monetized. Concession stand is not.
You're getting commercials because it's YouTube.
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I think I know. Keep in mind, like I'm like a couple seconds behind you. That is Mr. Lobo. He's a horror movie host. He hosts the channel Cinema Insomnia.
Mhm.
He's a heck of a great guy. He's a friend of mine, and I highly recommend everyone check out Cinema Insomnia. You can find him on Roku. He has his own channel, and he's great.
Cool. Check him out. You do any collabs?
Can
Do a
I
Halloween
mean,
collab.
I gotta ask him if I could go check out his studio. Like, I mean, his studio is not too far from me. I do want to go do a tour of his studio, and he and I have talked about doing stuff together. I've been wanting to get you and him on a stream together. I think you and the two of you would get along.
Probably. I love horror.
His slogan is he doesn't believe there's any such thing as bad movies. He says they're not bad movies; they're just misunderstood.
Aw. I could show him some. bad movies.
can I show
I could test. I could test that
my
motto.
my answer to Vince's
my movies.
question?
What do you want?
Can I show my answer to Vince's question?
What was Vince's question?
How did I get that many subs? Bring this up.
Bring it up. No, I like when you say bring it up.
Happened in
Bring
an
it
alleyway,
up.
Yeah, there you
dark alleyway.
This is the dark truth of my channel.
go. The dark truth of CGH revealed.
He bought them.
No, the truth
part of-
is I posted
This is
copyrighted
part of
content.
CGH's
Let quiet.
rehabilitation.
Let me see his bullshit. Let me hear his bullshit.
Yeah, say the titles out
posted
loud. Say the titles out
copyrighted-
loud.
Posted copyrighted content, and that's what got me views.
You fucking madman.
I know.
Okay,
Terrible.
whatever.
Terrible.
They all went
Anyways.
viral. Anyways,
Oh yeah.
Let's all just look at each other.
I know, in shame.
I'll
Don't
look at
ever
you
post
in your eye.
copyrighted content, guys.
I do all the time.
Don't.
And if you're going to, do
I'm not
it
trying
on-
to make money off of it. I just think cool stuff should be looked at.
Yeah, if you're gonna post copyrighted stuff, do it on Max's channel.
Shut up, Joe. It was transformative. I was talking over it. This is bullshit. All right. So
Is he
I
on
want to
to
talk
the-
about a fucking show since I have to stay here for a little bit longer, but we got to go to Bruce first. Okay.
Hey.
You guys heard of Shogun on Hulu?
Yes,
I've heard of it.
yeah.
It's good. I'm episode 6. Dude, I am so worried that any minute now, an episode's gonna drop, and I'm gonna be like, oh man, and it's
How
gonna
many
be
episodes are there?
game
How many
over.
are there left?
There's 6, so there's 4 left. Now,
You,
why am
you
I?
know what's even sadder
4
and
episodes
more
left. I've seen
it should be
6.
more shameful.
What?
You want to know what's even more shameful? Is that I'm continuing the post.
Dude, we're
on
moving on. We're in
copyrighted
Shogun.
content.
Well, actually, I forgot. We're doing this guy. I forgot about this guy. We're doing Lobo.
Yeah.
Look at this. Copyrighted
Well,
content.
if you don't know
Look
who
at
this is, you got homework to do because it's a great movie.
Oh,
Audrey
Little
and
Shop.
Audrey, too.
Suddenly Seymour.
No, I'd like to point out this girl who is Audrey. Her name is
How far are you
Amanda.
in? Are you taking them chronologically?
We met because I interviewed her on this video, but she and I are still friendly to this day.
Cool. Suddenly Seymour.
That's Dash
know.
Daring.
Bring-
he's
bring-
he's
bring-
the
bring-
host of Blobfest.
Bring it up.
How about bring
Bring
this
it
up
up.
bring
here?
her out.
All right.
Look
we
at
got-
my
Bring
most
this
recent
shit. I'll bring
video.
this quicker up here.
Why are you so
Senior Nerd's
violent,
losing it.
senior
Senior
nerd?
nerd. We're trying to get you back on MMA. You can't be acting.
Did you, I think you need help for that.
No,
No,
you
I
need
don't.
help with me.
Hey, guys,
Anyway,
I'm not trying to
look
with
at
you.
my most
Back in here
recent
with
video.
me. What?
Sorry,
Hey guys, I'm
Look,
I'm
look
gonna have
how
to-
shameful I am.
I think Crazy Joe has to go. Go, Crazy
Yeah,
Joe.
I gotta
Oh,
take off. I gotta, my wife and I are gonna watch a show before she goes to bed. But
Hell yeah.
to
Wait,
anyone
Joe.
watching on the Crazy Joe Concession Stand channel, go over to the Little Movie
No.
channel. It'll continue
No,
there.
I don't want your scum and villainy over here.
Oh my!
That's not
Yeah.
true.
All right, everybody. Well,
Secretly.
Keep wearing those pajamas
With the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone you need.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
With the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open it, it's a trap.
Oh no!
It's a trap. Some people call them PJs. Some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas. But no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas.
I know we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.